Good morning or good afternoon, whatever time it is in the world. This is the Neoliberal Round podcast. I am Ronaldo McKenzie. Before we get into today's podcast, looking at the news alert, investment scams, I just want to share with you that on Wednesday we have a podcast interview with the newly ordained minister, Dion Jackson. He was just ordained on June 10th at the he's now a minister, licensed minister in the Lord's Church, and that is in Atlanta, and we are happy for him. We celebrate him. We want to know about his life, this young man, and his dreams, his hopes, his desires, and he's been through a lot, and we want to share his story with the world. And of course, later this evening, between 6 and 8 p.m., which is today's Monday, June 13th, and it's we will have later on this evening, we will be covering an outreach. The men who care of Germantown, Philadelphia. We'll be covering their march and it says march to stop the violence. It's a march against violence. So they'll be out there between 6 and 8 p.m. and there are several initiatives to stop the violence. So we will be there. And just so you know, recently there is a story in the foreign policy news saying that the former NATO chief made a statement recently, and I want to just share that with you quickly. Just for those of us who may have missed it. And the former NATO chief said this: NATO overestimated the strength of the Russian military and underestimated the brutality and the ambitions of President Putin. That was former NATO chief Anders von Rasmussen, and that's he told the Foreign Policy News. And you can see that in LinkedIn or in Foreign Policy News, or if you follow me, that's a top post that I've carried. But but that is something I've been saying. That is something that I've been saying. And as a result, what they have done is that they have caved in because they overestimated the strength of the Russian military and underestimated the brutality and the ambitions of President Putin, which they addressed. And now they're saying that. I am telling you, and those of us who follow me and the podcast and the feeds and the journals, that is something that we've been saying. That is something that I've been saying. And as a result, what they've done is that they've caved to Russia, which allowing hundreds of thousands of people to die, which is absolutely ridiculous, over rules that serves the interests of those who seek to plunder and has no time for rules themselves. And of course, I've written about this and provided commentary on this in my newsletters in the Neoliberal Round and the Neoliberal Commentary. Putin even gave a speech on March 16 indicating his brutal intentions. And he's just now saying that. And you can look at the podcast on March 16th, on March 17th, entitled Putin's latest speech, March 16, 2022. Putin reveals his mind. And of course, and on April 8th, we learned from even the Russian news agency of Russia's plans to denazify Ukraine and the region and called for outright genocide. And you can check the podcast for that as well. One of the podcasts that looks and entitled Breaking News, Russian news calls for the denazification and outright genocide of Ukraine. Yet we are now saying, or this former NATO leader is now saying this, that they overestimated and underestimated. And that we need real leaders who can see far and wide. These guys are weak, need, and lack vision, and they're too myopic. What is going on? And by the way, for those of us who may have missed the poll that we carried a poll, and we have the results of the poll on LinkedIn. We also carried a poll on Spotify. We will check those. We will check that for you. But we're doing a poll, and we asked the question: can we help to realize the UN SDG 2030 goal of building the human capital so as to eliminate poverty and increase equity by ending period poverty, which is the inability for girls to afford menstrual products when needed. And so far, we have 100% persons have said yes. Majority of the persons who participated so far have indicated yes. And but that poll, I think we have 1 or 2 more days left for that poll to end. You can go to my Twitter feed to get that, Ronaldo McKenzie. But there's also a poll that we did on LinkedIn, and I have the results for you about gun reform, and I'm going to share that poll for you. The poll says, and I did a poll via my LinkedIn some time ago on gun reform and gun violence. And of course, there were over 600 impressions and 10 votes. Majority of the participants believe that we should limit access and enforce the gun laws as a solution to gun violence. So the question we had asked some time ago was, gun violence and murders are spiraling out of control. Is gun reform the answer? Yes, and these are the options. Yes, limit access and enforce law. Second one was no, it limits rights and freedoms. The third one was yes, but with social policies. And fourth one, others. And we invited persons to comment. 60% of the respondents said yes, we should limit access and enforce law. And of course, 30% of the respondents said yes, but coupled with social policies. Okay, so that's the response. Of course, we have that poll has ended, and we did a poll some time ago about that. We did a recent poll actually, asking this question on my website, ronaldocmckenzie.com. And if you go to my website, ronaldocmckenzie.com, and type in poll, you see there was a poll and there were results. The results of the poll that looks at information and also looks at gun reform, and you can see the results for that. We'll be right back after these messages, and when we come back, we will begin to delve into today's discussion, which is looking at an investment scam and a real life story or a real experience that we've had at the Neoliberal Corporation, and it's a warning for you guys and many companies, and it's this company and these group of persons. They are not on any radar, but we have them on our radar, and we were able to catch them as they try to outmaneuver us and to apply conspiratorial and scam tactics in order to steal our information and also as a way to access funding. But we will be right back after these messages. Welcome to another episode of the Neoliberal Round podcast. This episode is quite telling and quite revealing. The Neoliberal Corporation, a company that I run, which is a grassroots company, which is a think tank, news commentary, digital social media, publishing company that provides web hosting services, research services, and we provide several publications, and we are all about making popular what was the monopoly, which is the aim of communication, by providing information that is available to access free of cost. And we are also about serving the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges. But we we are at the cutting edge of something new, where we are able to take advantage of our ability to leverage technology, our ability to be close to the stories, and with our unique connections, we are able to realize our goal. But this episode is quite telling, because I want to share with you a very important story which all companies, all businesses should be aware of. And the issue of investment scam. There's been all kinds of scam. We are aware of the lotto scam some years ago, and these people and the issue of scam is becoming very sophisticated. But some time ago, I think on March 29th at 4:37 p.m., I received an email, and the email says, and this is a very important story, this is a very important podcast, and I invite you all, especially if you are interested in business, the issue of investment scam is very important. And there's one company that made an attempt to steal our identity, which they were successful to have probably done that, but they were also trying to defraud or to scam us, so to speak. And we picked it up a little bit too late, but we did some investigation and some digging. And there is a company that you should be aware of, we realized that is not on any list. This company is not on any radar, because we checked the radar, and but there is another way that you can check the reliability and credibility of companies who are seeking to enter into relationship with you. But on March 29th, 2022, I received an email. It says, "Dear Sir, Madam, I am a broker and partner with EPFMSAUE, Al Omania Project Management and Financial Services based in UAE. Do you have any good projects that require funding or loan? Kindly indicate what sector is your project and years of duration. As currently, we are running a low-interest loan program. If you do have a viable project that can generate a good ROI, which is return on investment, within the period of funding, do not hesitate to let me know, as we could fund your project through our ongoing financial program. If you have any questions or need further information, kindly contact me via email or WhatsApp. Best regards, Jamal Shamis Al Houthi, United Arab Emirates." And that email came from agafak100@gmail.com. I responded to the email on May 17th. On May 17th. And I said, and this is the email. I said, "I am highly interested." Actually, I responded on March 30th, because the email that they sent was sent to me on March 29th. So I responded on March 30th upon opening the email. I said, "Good day. I'm highly interested in this venture and have an existing opportunity for you to invest in what I'm doing at the Neoliberal Corporation, which is a think tank, social media, news commentary, and independent publisher. We are aimed at serving the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges. I provide a platform for social commentary and have several news feeds where we provide news and interact with our growing audience. We also provide academic and self-help resources and materials, and editing and writing and research services. We complete and publish an academic text, Neoliberalism, Globalization, Income Inequality, Poverty and Resistance, which was the number one new release in philosophy and history categories, and the book is available in all formats and platforms all over the world, and our website, store page, RonaldoCMcKenzie.com. The letter continues. I said, I'm having book signings and interviews on a local station coming up, the one that we did at G-Town Radio. I'm also a doctoral candidate needing research funding at Georgetown University and graduated from the prestigious Ivy League University of Penn. My book has been reviewed by the best, such as Kirkhouse Review, who state that the book is an erudite analysis. There is small progress, however, I have limited resources and is using personal funds and cannot finance and market my web applications necessary to take advantage of the tremendous opportunity that the services holds for us. We would expand our reach by augmenting our research, editorial, publishing, and marketing capabilities. We would increase our appearance and our sales revenues. Recently, I scored a partnership with Impact, a marketing and brand company that carries over 300 brands. And several of their brands have reached out to us, and we are about to carry some sponsors on our websites, which will generate revenue. But we need to optimize our website and application and social media feeds, and also invest in book festivals and signings and research and programming. Marketing is our main concern, and our web services and ability to print and provide materials. Your loan would provide a meaningful investment in a growing and expanding business with tremendous opportunities. As I build this personal brand company, we believe that not only will you be rewarded financially, but you would make a contribution towards advancing human society. And that was an email I sent. Now, this is this is important as you listen to the process and what the step-by-step process of how someone can use certain conspiratorial methods of scam to get you as a company. So I got an email on May 17th from from a Jamal Al-Houthi. And the Gmail, and I'm going to tell you, later on I'll read the Gmail, I'll give you the information as it relates to that for your perusal. He says, "Dear sir, I have received your response." That's the email that I just read. Email. "And noted, you've got a business project that requires funding or loan. Yes, we will be glad to cooperate with you and fund your viable projects, so long as it's under your good supervision. In fact, I've gotten your information from a business bulletin directory from your country and thought it wise to approach you to utilize the ongoing investment and loan opportunity. Now, if you've got a project that requires a funding loan, we will be glad to cooperate with you and fund your project so long as it's viable under your good supervision. As I indicated earlier, EPFMS, again, EPFMS is a project management company based in Oman and UAE and has been in operation for over a decade. Listen to that, over a decade. Currently running a loan program, LILP rate of 3% annually, and we have the capacity to fund any viable project ranging from $500,000 to the tune of $1 billion. You should quickly forward the project details, any evidence, document like the project investment summary or a spreadsheet of anticipated ROI, return on investment, or IRR, the internal rate of return of the projects. In fact, send your project summary, details of the recipient, project executive details as shown below, which includes applicant name, firm company, the address, the phone number, project loan amount, loan duration, company license, corporation certificate, registration or VAT number, a valid ID, and international passport. Upon receipt and review of the detailed presentation, overview, and associated project summary documents of the investments, we will then send to you our loan and investment application form to be reviewed and filled out. Best regards, Jamal Shamis Al-Houthi, Eastern Project Finance and Management Services, EPFMS, Abu Dhabi, UAE. And he lists his email, Jamal Shamis _Al-Houthi at EPFMSUAE.com, project-supervisor at EPFMSUAE.com, Saeed _Mohammed1 at Outlook.com. Phone numbers +971 +5666 That's the direct line. Now, his WhatsApp contact, +971 5218 61487. So, of course, when I got this email, I responded and CC'd my advisors and my board, saying to him, I will provide the requested details. And I responded to this email on May 17th, saying, I will provide the requested details as soon as possible within 7 to 10 days. Within 7 to 10 days. And of course, I listed my company details, my emails, and all that. So I began working. I completed a 100-page business plan, which is quite deep, with ROI, with information about the company, information about what we're about, the project details, ROI analysis, information about our organization, provided registration information, and my identification information, my identification information, so on and so forth. And then of course I did sought the advice of some of my friends, family, some advisors, some mentors that we were hoping to have, letting them know about this and asking them whether or not to assist us with investigating and checking on these people. But of course, everything seemed to have been checked out with this company. So we submitted the document, the 100-page business document, our business plan. And I submitted this to him on May 24th. I said on May 24th, after we completed the business plan and made some presentations and did study our project. We actually have 7 projects, but we did a very extensive and deep business plan, utilizing the SBA template, which was quite deep. It took me over several days utilizing the information that we already have and so on and so forth. And then I attached it in an email and sent it to the project advisors and to the investors where we thought were investors. I responded, but I sent an email and I said on May 24th, Wa alakamu salam, Mr. Jamal. I do not speak Arabic, but that's how I begin with the Arabic inscriptions. Mr. Jamal, I am honored and excited and have been praying earnestly about an opportunity for divine intervention in this project. And your email is an answered prayer. Your email is an answered prayer to the hard work and dedication over the last year and beyond as we work towards setting up a think tank. You wrote an email recently indicating that you and your company are willing to invest in my business project plan, which is a cutting-edge think tank that we are projecting will guarantee over 5% annualized returns on investment, and not just provide financial returns, but returns in the human capital, as we are seeking to invest in others what has been invested in us, and to serve the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges. With my already published book, Neoliberalism, Globalization, Income Inequality, Poverty and Resistance, that was #1 new release on Amazon and has an open market and supplies waiting all over the world. The Neoliberal Round is now ranked a top-ranked podcast news commentary, and we're looking forward to developing the human capital and eliminating poverty, especially among the world's most vulnerable, based on the information that we provide and the cutting-edge resources. We are a grassroots company with young and experienced people and have experienced potential with what we already have started at the potential investments. We are now providing web hosting services, and with your help, we can do it. See the project and investment plan attached. Sincerely, and I CC'd it to several persons. And I submitted the 100-page document with a privacy statement, very private document. And I received a response. To the email. and I'm going to share that with you. I received a response to the email from Mr. Jamal. He said to me on May 28th, "Dear Reverend Mackenzie," and of course he uses the word Assalamu alaikum. And as I said to you, I cannot read Arabic, so that's as close as my language gets as it relates to that. I think it's Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Reverend Mackenzie. Dear Reverend Mackenzie, I have received your response email along with the attached documents, and thereby noted that you got viable project that requires funding loan. I got suspicious a bit, saying that email sounds very repetitive. Anyways, it goes on to say, without hesitation, I've submitted your project information summary to the board for review and approval. Thereafter, it will be dispatched for due diligence, processing, and your investment fund will be approved. Meanwhile, kindly fill out the attached client information sheet, details of recipient, project executive detail, as shown below. And of course, the information that I already submitted within the paragraph of the letter: applicant name, firm, company, address, phone number, loan duration, VAT number, passport, but then with the attachment for me to complete the client information sheet. And the client information sheet is very telling, because it talks about, the heading was financial solutions for business, and it says, please complete the application form accurately and furnish the documents required. We are obliged to conduct a comprehensive KYC, which is standard for know your client investigation, to comply with international banking rules, money laundering conventions, and with the rules established by our various principles and the domestic laws of the country. We are unable to process your application if this form is incomplete. In accordance with Article 2 and through 5 of the Due Diligence Convention and the Federal Banking Commission Circular of December 1998, and under the U.S. Patriot Act of 2002, as amended in February 2003, concerning the prevention of money laundering, and 305 of the Swiss Criminal Code, the following information may be supplied to banks and or other financial institutions for purposes of verification of identity and activities of the client described below, and the nature and origin of the funds which are to be utilized. The foregoing is subject to agreement by all parties to whom this information is provided, that they are obliged to respect the privacy rights of the client and all individuals described herein, as well as the generally accepted professional standards relating to the maintenance of confidential information, and to take all appropriate precautions to protect the confidentiality of the information contained herein. This legal obligation shall remain in full force indefinitely without restriction. And of course, that was at the top of the client information sheet, and then underneath that you have which is emboldened. It says, please select which one of the following you want: long-term loan, LTN, medium-term notes, MTN, standby letter of credit, SBLC, a bank guarantee, advance payment guarantee, treasury bills, cash loan in, documentary letter of credit, promissory notes, discounting of bank instruments, funding advice ready for investors, bank instrument information, 3-step banking instrument. And then underneath that, so I have to choose one. I chose cash loan in. Then there's the free value required, the face value required, and I indicated I needed a couple million, thousands of dollars, 1.49 million currency US dollars. And of course there's a disclaimer that says that the document is tended solely for the benefit of firms and individuals seeking to be connected with our various funding, collateral provisions, and monetization sources. The material enclosed is for information purposes and does not constitute an offer, a solicitation to purchase an investment solutions, or recommendation to buy or sell, blah 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 blah. And then we had to put the client information sheet. We had to fill that with our logo, registration number, date of registration, where we were registered, postal address, registration address, physical address, business telephone, business fax, email address, website, our corporate offices and titles, details of signature, which is my information, my date of birth, my nationality, my passport number, my date of issue of the passport, my expiration date, my title in the company, my mobile number, my home address, my home telephone number, my fax number, my email address, my company's website, and then of course details of my bank account, business bank account, of the address, the SWIFT code, the account name, the account number, so on and so forth. And then of course There is a private, my initials and this company seal, and then a declaration where I insert my name, I, Ronaldo Mackenzie, warrant and attest with the full personal and corporate responsibility that as the beneficial owner, I have full legal title and authority with no governing restrictions over the herein described financial facility, and also acknowledged as such by my depository financial institution. I hereby grant the transacting principals full permission and authority to verify, confirm, and reconfirm said collateral and or assets, so on and so forth. My name, company seal, date, so on and so forth. And then, of course, I had to send copies of my passport, driver's license, and other pertinent details, company copies of the company's registration certificate, and so on and so forth. And I submitted that. Now, before I submitted that, I actually checked with several friends and family and my financial advisor and several persons to see whether or not this was legit. Of course, they were saying this was standard. We discussed this fully, and we thought that I did some ruling of the company. Went on the website, and their website is elaborate. It's one of the best websites I've ever seen in my life. It is well made. It is intense. When you go on their website, guys, and I'm going to tell you their website. It's the EPFMSAUE.com. It is well done, well made, and it shows that they have press releases, and the company has been around since 2014, media releases, and they have 5.5 billion in assets and 2.5 in syndicated debt and so on, and they've raised $1 billion in equity. And it was quite the website. You go on a website to check whether or not the company has credibility. The website pulls you in. And then of course I checked the website, checked the names of the persons were matching up, and so on and so forth. The phone numbers were matching up. I made a phone call and I got through to the office, so it seemed legitimate, as it was a legitimate company. And so I submitted the document that they asked for. But I was still having qualms in my mind about it, still feeling very nervous about it, and praying about the situation. And because I believe this has happened to me before when I just came to the U.S., to the United States of America. I think it was about 2010 or 11. I was somewhere in 2012 or 13. I was training. I was a part of a training at becoming a financial services advisor. But I had an opportunity for a loan. But suddenly they were asking me for money, and I was very new to this whole concept of lotto scam or loan scam. And so I had to send about $400 or $500 to these people, and then I became suspicious, and then I called the police or the authorities, and they said, "Don't send any more money. This is a scam." So that so I have been through this before. I've been through several scams in my life. I remember when I came back from Cayman Islands, and I placed thousands of dollars, Cayman Island dollars, in an investment scheme which turned out to be a Ponzi scheme. And within 10 days, I lost thousands of dollars in that Ponzi scheme. So, so this particular incident was quite telling. So I submitted all the pertinent pertinent information, identification information, and also information relating to the company. And having done that, I started investigating the company, but I got a notification on Google about the company because I was having problem accessing the company. And I got a notification saying that the company was just registered. And I said, wait, this company has been around for 10 years. That's weird. So then one night, a couple nights ago, I started searching and information about the company and their website. And you can learn a lot about the company's website, because when I went online, there was no information available that was available in the US. I went the FTC website, various investment websites, Investment Radar. There was nothing that suggested that this company was on a radar that participated in scam. Anyways, I found a website after doing several research and digging, a website called siterank.com, which, guys, if that is a website that is free and you can go on that website and learn about any business, because I found them I went on that website and I found the company's information on the website. When the company started, who started it, how long it started, and I'm about to share that information with you. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the episode. We continue the story, the breaking story or the news alert, where we are revealing to you a story about an investment fraud or investment scam, which earlier we said to you that I was talking about a particular company, EPFMSAUE, Eastern Project Financial Management Company, that says that they're based in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Dubai. But and we were supposed to have been engaging them into an investment relationship. But sometime last Thursday at around 12:23 a.m., I discovered a website called thesiterank.com. Thesiterank.com. And I was trying to find information about EPFMSAUE because I was trying to find them and I was having a little bit of trouble finding them sometime earlier in the day on Wednesday night. I found them, but the website was behaving a bit weird. It was jumping a bit on my phone. So but I got some kind of notification saying that the site was updated sometime in that day in the afternoon or something. So I went on, I was doing some research and I came upon a site called thesiterank.com and they have information about every single website, when they were created and certification and so on. So it's I saw that they came up, thesiterank.com, I saw EPFMSU, so I clicked on that and it gave me information about the website. It says the site is a newly registered domain. It's a newly registered domain and it was registered on the 29th of March 2022, just around the time that they had sent me an email inviting me to engage into a investment relationship with them. March 29th, 2022. I saw that. Very suspicious. And then it says something about their company. It says EPFMSAUE.com. Basic. It's a basic website. SEO website. And they provide you with SEO website that they're talking about search engine optimization, web statistic information, and it was last updated on June 8th, 2022, and at 11:20 p.m. That was Wednesday night. So I went on to the information. I continued. It gives information about the site rank. No information. Daily impressions, less than 1,000 daily impressions. Monthly impression, less than 35,000. Daily earnings, $0. It goes on to say the site address. There's no site address. There's the site rank. It says NA. Country code NA. Country name NA. It says the SSL certificate was verified, but the domain age, 125 days. 125 days. And I estimated minute impression is 1. Estimated maximum impression is 1. Monthly estimated maximum impression 35. Estimated minimum earning $0. Maximum earning $0. Monthly earning minimum $0. And so I was very disturbed about the information that I was provided because on the page there is no title description. When you go into their SEO statistics, the search engine optimization stats, there's no bounce rate, there is no page per visit, there is no average visit duration information. There's no, the title is NA, the description is NA. And so as I continue to do some more digging, no country code, no location or LOC number, there's no organization, no postal, no time zone, no server, IP address is 0.0, host name is question. No information for the server map is blank, time zone blank, postal blank. And I discovered that this was a scam because they claim to be registered. They claim to be a company that's been around since over a decade. Yet they just registered the website just around the time when they sent me that information. And it was first indexed by Google in March 2022. https://EPFMSAUE.com. A new company that one must add on the radar. And then, of course, they sent me an email telling me that I was awarded $1.49 million and telling me that I need to send them $15,000. This is what's happening in society. And so as I talk about small business financing, and one of the ways that there's the investment option, we also need to be mindful that in addition to the cyber attacks, but there's aggressive international financial compromises and scams, malware, spyware, but there's also via other wares and scams, investment fraud. We will continue to follow the story. We actually continued our investigations about this, and we're going to follow up on this story. And we have also taken this to the police, and who will launch their own investigation, and we are following and monitoring this company and these group of people with the help of with the authorities. I continue to follow the neoliberal round, and we continue to bring information that is important as we experience some of the same issues that you are experiencing. And as whatever we learn, we share them with you, and whatever you have learned, share them with us, and we will share them with the world. The Neoliberal Corporation is serving the world today to solve tomorrow's challenges. Walk good.